I know you'll love to talk on romance when you hear love, all the butterflies and being head over heels, but halt. Love is such a big feeling, and I love what this prose said about it. Love is not loud. It is not the thundering declarations or the grand gestures. Love is quiet. It is in the small things, the hand on your back when the world feels too heavy, the soft glance across a crowded room, the silent sitting beside someone in grief. Love is not just passion, it is presence. Not just romance, it is refuge. It is the thread that weaves us together when we are unraveling. It is in holding space, keeping promises, and standing still when everything else is falling apart. I love love and the feeling of happiness it brings, the joy, but sometimes we are only attaching love to romance and we only see that side truly. But what about a love from somebody who suddenly goes from being a stranger to somebody who truly cares about you, cares about what you're going through, and it's that person who looks across the room for you, the person who sits beside you in grief, the person who gives a hand pat on your back when you truly need it, a person who lifts you up when you need that upliftment, and that could be your family or friends. And so there are only a few things I want to share about love. Love without holding back. Sometimes we are skeptical, but in the case where you have come so far with certain people and you have seen over the years, if not entirely, how you truly care about these people, it is fine to love them or give them that feeling of being present in their lives and show them that you care. I know there's a whole lot of distrust in this world that we are all suddenly holding back at everything, and even if you want to give a certain amount of feeling to something, it is very hard to bring yourself to do that. We sometimes forget that holding back also takes a lot from us. We are not freely being ourselves. If you truly feel that somebody deserves the love that you have, give it freely without thinking or holding back at it. It is a choice. You need to try and make that choice for yourself. Without making that choice and with holding back and also intentionally doing that, you are giving yourself extra stress and thinking and strength to actually do that. Be the one who unapologetically loves. If people do not see that, that is their problem. You have the choice to walk away. And those who truly appreciate it and receive it, you give it out as it is. Love cannot and should not be measured. I, for a very long time, did not know what measuring love actually meant until I heard questions like, how much do you love me? And I was like, okay, there is a tape that I can use, but this is mostly from movies that I have watched, and the question, how much do you love me, is a very stressful one, something that puts a lot of tension in your brain, causes a lot of fight between all your thoughts together thrown at love when you're somebody who really just loves to give it out without thinking of how much is getting out of you, and it shouldn't even be a thing. Love is abstract. It cannot be measured. If you feel deeply for a certain person, you feel deeply for that person. If you just love somebody and how they do something or how they care for you, you just love them. If love hurts you, know that you can heal. I know. Hear me out. Yes, if love hurts you, you can heal. And it may take time to heal, but I also truly feel that healing is a choice. Choosing to heal and move on from something, it starts from a choice, a decision from the beginning. And if love hurts you and you decide not to give out or feel love at all, that means that you're limiting yourself to being you. Because I believe that love is part of each and every person's life. If you're not sharing love towards a person around you, you're sharing love with a pet or an item or food or anything of that sort. And so love cannot be totally taken out of our lives. What I see people go through a lot, and even myself have gone through at some point, is blocking love from actual people. As long as you make the decision that you are a lovable person, and if you give love to people and they don't receive it in the right sense, you can always take your thing back. You can always retrieve from that circle. You can always step back. But that is not a way, or that is not an avenue to not give or receive love at all. You might miss people who are actually there for you, or going to be the best part of yourself. And there's some kind of freedom that also comes with making that decision, because in this life you cannot totally avoid things that hurt you. It will come in our way each and every time, and it is a choice, the first step and a decision for us to try to at least move on from those things. Don't let no one suck all the love out of you. And from the beginning of our lives as very young people or children, we are sort of made to believe that these villains were born villains. I literally used to think that every villain in the movie was born villains, until some movie productions started to show like backstory of how people become villains and all the story, or what their story is. And there's one villain that has stuck with me until now, and it's Maleficent. Maleficent was a villain. I don't really remember much about Maleficent, but I really remember that in one of the productions of Maleficent, there was this kid or child that she eventually started to fall in love with, and then also protect like her own child. And no matter how bad she is, she wouldn't allow any danger to befall this child. And that stuck with me so much. And when I started to think about this topic, I realized that most villains were not born villains. They had to go through something and decide to shut themselves out of this world, or out of the world of showing love or receiving love or being good people in general. You have to make that choice for yourself. Now think about it. If you choose the other part where it's dark and it's lonely and there's no love and there's no giving of love, how does it impact the world if you truly care at all? Because I think it does not add anything positive to the world. You're only going to damage yourself in the end, because most villains die, right? Because they're such a nuisance, or they are bad influences to the society at some point that even their own actions take them out so quickly. They are unable to live to their fullest. And is that what we truly want for ourselves? Like I said in the beginning, feel the hurt when love hurts you, but you need to try to make that decision to move on from it. There's another thing that I heard that has stuck with me for a very long time from one of my old bosses, and it says that love holds everything together. Love holds the world. Love drives everything, and without love, the world will fall apart. And I truly believe that is true. I don't know your opinions about love. I have shared my perspective of love that I truly appreciate. Please share in the comments the parts of love, or love in general, that you've experienced that you truly appreciate and think that it's not really much talked about, or it is talked about but that is how you've experienced. And I hope that I see you in the next video. Bye.